We're all at some point going to have to come to terms with the fact that we can no longer do this. We can no longer do that. We can no longer have the experiences that we used to. That we can no longer care for ourselves in the way that we used to. We have to receive care from others. Now, previously we had a look at some of the research that helped us to understand what goes on for elders when perhaps they're aging and coming to terms with the aging process, and what the difference is between giving up and a letting go. And they are quite different. And what we heard from some of our elders was that the giving up process was very much linked to not feeling things were meaningful anymore, not feeling they had anything to contribute, feeling that they weren't seen or heard in their environments, and also having difficulty coming to terms with the many things that they were no longer able to do or experience. This is a key kind of transition moment, a very difficult one. And what is the difference between that kind of giving up and the ability to let go? That brings to me the word sacrifice. So remember what Johnson tells us. He tells us that the origins of the word sacrifice are actually mean to make sacred. To make sacred. I give this up, this one thing. I have it, I prize it, it's really important to me, but I'm able to give it up for something else. And when I do that, when I can willingly engage with that and do that, I gain something higher. Now, this is what's going to go on for all of us as we approach our time to leave. We're going to be asked to make sacrifices. I think possibly what's occurring now is that elders are not being mirrored in the sacrifices that they're making. They're not being accompanied in this. So it doesn't feel like a letting go and a sacrifice, kind of this key developmental moment. It doesn't feel like they're being initiated into the next thing. It feels like they're just sort of falling away because nobody sees them in it. So we spoke a lot about how to mirror our elders when they approach this moment, and that really honors the sacrifice that they're making. It helps them along the way. It companions them along the way. And remember, this is going to be all of us. We're all at some point going to have to come to terms with the fact that we can no longer do this. We can no longer do that. We can no longer have the experiences that we used to. That we can no longer care for ourselves in the way that we used to. We have to receive care from others. And as painful as this is, there is a meaning here. There's a meaning-making process going on. We are not just sort of giving up, we're letting them go in order to gain this kind of higher consciousness. And this is a sacred moment. My ability to let that go, to give it up, to sacrifice it, is a sacred thing. But it requires a companionship in the process. It requires society and the rest of the world and family members to also honor that sacrifice, to be there witnessing it, bearing witness to that sacrifice.